I'm Jovi. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to turn this guitar into a fundraising item. The color guard for a marching band used this guitar in their program this year. You can see it's made from styrofoam, but this is wood. So we're going to turn this into an item that they can sell, and I'm pretty excited about doing this.
Before we get started, I want to give you a close-up of the front.
I hope you will enjoy my video.
I'm going to be working with scrapbook paper and Mod Podge. These are the papers that I've chosen to work with.
And since this is a fundraising item, I may write all the students' names on these little tags. This is a cream color. I also have white, but I may end up using this cream colored tag, several of them, many of them actually, to put the students' names on. I've decided on using this paper for the body of the guitar, and I'm going to use this paper actually to cover the neck of the guitar. The neck is there. So I feel like I'm going to cover it with this, not all the way around, just on the very top, and the sides will still show that there's wood. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I change my mind as I go.
First thing I'm going to do is measure this circle. This is where a hole would be in a real guitar, and I need to make myself a note. It's 4 inches across, so I need to make myself a note of that because this is going to get covered with the paper, and I need to make sure that I replace that with something. So I know that you can't tell from the video, but the back of this guitar is a mess. It's really lumpy back here, like right here and here, and there's like chunks of it missing on the end over here. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. So there's chunks missing over here. It's kind of pieces missing out from over here. So I think before I get started on the front, I'm going to go ahead and work the back. I have not decided how I'm going to do that, so I'm going to think about that for a little bit. I've decided to go ahead and to kind of seal everything into place. I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of paint on it. I'm hoping that that will help stabilize everything. Since this is styrofoam, it just seems like it's coming apart really easy.
When I'm working with Mod Podge, I like to put wax paper down on my surface just to keep it clean. It's easily removable. I can put fresh down when I need to. When the paint is dry, I'm going to put the decorative paper underneath the guitar and trace out the shape. I will cut it out, and then we will be ready to Mod Podge it on. Okay, get your foam brushes ready. I'm going to measure the sides of the guitar, and now I will cut the paper. We are ready to begin Mod Podging the sides. Notice that I'm notching the paper because of the shape of the guitar. If I did not notch the paper, then it would not lay flat. Now I will measure and cut the papers that are going to go on the front. Once I get them cut, I will lay them into place and make sure I have all of the pieces just the way I want them. I'm going to begin Mod Podging the papers into place. I will start with the smallest ones first, and then I'll lay the larger ones over top. That way there are fewer seams. The body of the guitar is done. Now I'm going to work on the neck. Again, I'm measuring the paper, I'm cutting it to fit, and then I will Mod Podge it into place. We are now ready to apply our protective coating. There are a few places on the wood neck that have blue paint on them, so I'm just going over that with a brown permanent marker.
I've taken the time to write down the students' names on these cards, and the guitar is now ready for me to attach these cards. I feel that this piece will be even more meaningful if the students' names are on it. So now I just need to decide where I am putting these tags that have the names. I think that I'm definitely going to put some up on the neck here, like that, but then I still have about 10 more. I could put them on the body, and that's probably what I'm going to have to do. So I will, oh, I need to put my circle in here too, so we're not done with that. But, and one could go right in the center of the circle. So I'm just kind of placing these around just to see what we think would look good, how they might fit. Oh, it's just about perfect. Wow, that's just about perfect placement. So I think that's what we'll go with. So I found that my big coffee cup here is also 4 inches. And so I'm going to use that to trace the circle out. I'm just using a black permanent marker because it's a black permanent marker. I'm going to be very careful when I trace it to stay snug right up against the sides of the cup. I'm going to use a permanent marker to color in the circle as opposed to using paint because I feel I will have more control that way. I have shifted the cards a little bit. I'm trying out putting them on straight. I'm going to turn this so you can see it.
Before I make any final decisions, I'm going to try out some other configurations.
Alright, I have made the decision to use double stick tape to adhere these tags. We are ready for details now, and as you know, guitars have strings. And so up here in this part, I'm going to use these thumbtacks, and I'm going to do 3 on each side. This is where on a real guitar your strings would attach.
I'm adding a thumbtack at the top of each tag.
Okay, so we're starting to get some of the details here, and I've decided that on these that are on the brown paper, I'm going to go over the edges with some of this metallic, see, this is a brushed bronze metallic paint, and you can see that I already wanted to try this one, oops, I wanted to try this one to see if I liked it. And if you look at this, and then compare it to this one the edges are a little bit harder, so I feel like I like this, so I'm going to do that to all of the ones on the brown. So now I'm using a metallic gray to go over the white ones over the black paper, so similar to what I did with the gold paint over the brown paper. I'm doing this just to soften the edges. The edges of this white paper just seemed harsh up against the other paper. So this is to soften it, even give it a little bit of an antique aged look. I'm using just the tiniest bit of paint to do this. And also I watered my paint down just a little bit to make it so that it would go on thin. I didn't want it to go on heavy. I'm just going around the edges. If you feel like you have too much paint on your brush, just dab it down on a piece of paper or a napkin or something. It will remove the extra paint. Hey, check it out. Look how good this came out. Very excited.
This project was both meaningful and fun. I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and as always, thanks for watching.